I'm recommending post-operative electrical calf muscle stimulation.
Okay, I'm suggesting dextrum infusions every other day for a week.
Late night doctors?
Obviously, you haven't heard we have a very active, very engaged baby.
She's a budding night owl. She doesn't cry or anything. She just wants to hang out with us.
And even when we're poring over autopsy reports.
I will never understand you doctors. Autopsy reports? Is this your idea of a little late night reading?
It was time well spent.
Yeah, and the autopsy in question concerns Brianna Hughes.
We may have found a lead.
Yeah, something that proves that she didn't die because of any negligence on Matt's part.
Oh, well, that'll help him. What do you guys think was the cause of death?
In our opinion, murder.
Mayor's wife, 3 o'clock.
Dr. Drake, I've been looking for you.
I don't think we should talk without our lawyers present.
I can't wait for that. I have a confession to make. This is not easy for me to admit, so I'm just going to rip off the Band-Aid and get on with it. I hired a private investigator to follow my husband. I suspected the affair with Brianna Hughes. I needed some proof.
I'm sure that was a very difficult decision for you. I'm just not sure why you're sharing that with us.
The PI that I hired, Sam McCall, was following Garrett the day of Brianna's unfortunate accident. I'm just afraid if this lawsuit gains traction, then Miss McCall comes forward, this whole thing will just blow up. My husband is up for re-election. There is no way he would survive this kind of scandal.
That's very generous of you. I mean, most women would say it's what he deserved.
My husband and I are partners. I had my own ambition once upon a time, but I gave it all up to back my husband's political advancement. His goals were my goals, his career, mine. If this incident derails Garrett's trajectory, well, you get the picture. So I am begging you, please settle this lawsuit out of court as quickly and as quietly as possible.
At the risk of sounding unsympathetic, I'm more concerned with my career and my brother's than I am yours and your husband's.
This is absurd. You're telling me that I can't access my own office.
Not until Records removes all your files on Brianna Hughes.
What do they think that I'm going to do? I'm going to change them?
I don't know what they're thinking, Dr. Hunter. I'm just following orders. All your records concerning Brianna Hughes' treatment and death have been subpoenaed by Diane Miller as part of her malpractice suit.
This is outrageous. This is my office, and they are my records.
Well, if you want to yell at someone, I suggest that you find a bigger name. In the meantime, this office, your office, remains locked until I am told otherwise by Records.
Whatever.
I'm sure you have a reasonable explanation for this.
This?
Breaking and entering.
Well, if you want to be technical about it, I hadn't entered yet. And yes, I have a completely reasonable explanation.
Can't wait to hear it.
Open.
Well, the assistant said to come right in, so.
I guess we wait. Anyway, it gives us a chance to perfect our presentation. So, what are you going to say?
Okay. So I think I'm just going to hit the mirror with the facts and walk through a recreation of what we think really happened in the hotel room.
Then you think he's going to fall out on his knees, blurt out a confession?
No. Okay, well then, I'll make the mayor think that we're on his side and that we're trying to reconcile the story with newly found evidence.
Then he'll say, what evidence?
Whose side are you on here?
I just don't want to blow this.
I have a full day scheduled, and since you didn't bother to make an appointment, I'm afraid I don't have time.
Mayor, this won't take a lot of time. We're just trying to get some questions answered about how Brianna really suffered those head injuries.
If you don't have time to talk to us, that's fine. I'll send my Uncle Mac over here and you can explain it to him.
Now, see, I don't really know you, so opening up about my personal life would be kind of embarrassing.
Touissant, Dubois.
Right. I'm starting to remember. You know my friend Spinelli.
The kid who shot himself in the foot.
Yeah, good. See, we have mutual people.
But I still haven't heard why you're breaking into Dr. Hunter's office.
Well, you see, that's kind of where my personal life gets involved. Dr. Hunter and I were not exactly dating, but we hit each other up from time to time, if you know what I mean. So I thought that I would surprise Matt and let myself into his office for a little mutual attraction.
Is there a problem?
Oh, not for you. You seem to be a very lucky guy.
Mr. Dubois caught me breaking into your office.
Touissant.
I'm Maxie.
Very nice to meet you, Maxie.
It appears that I don't have access to my office today due to some bureaucratic nonsense.
Well, that is correct, sir. Your office is off limits until certain records are removed.
Well, I mean, it's Matt's office. Do you think you could break that silly little rule for him just once?
I'm afraid not.
Right. So, we'll improvise. We'll just find an empty storage closet somewhere.
Don't even think about it.
What? You don't have to be embarrassed. I think it's sexy the way you go after what you want. I'm flattered it's me.
Look, okay, let's get one thing straight. I am not available. And even if I was, you're not my type. You're conceited and a jerk and, frankly, unbearable.
Okay, about unbearable. I was the other night at Jake's, and well, seriously, I'm sorry about that.
I think you owe Spinelli an apology.
Yeah. But first, I want to know why you're trying to get in my office.
Well, even you don't deserve to lose everything you worked for over something that's not your fault.
Are you talking about a malpractice case?
Yes? What else? I'm trying to help you out with it.
Well, how?
Spinelli and I are working on the case, and there are a few things that don't add up. I'm starting to think that maybe you were at the wrong place, at the wrong time, and someone who's guilty of something that's yet to be determined is just going to let you take the fall.
So you're saying that you believe in me? Well, no, this is good. Maxie, we're really making progress.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I think you're innocent. That doesn't mean I want to date you.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, before you go ahead and reject me again, why don't you try and find out something about me, okay? You don't even have to talk to me. You can follow me on Twitter, okay? Dr. Matt Hunter. You might even learn something interesting.
Okay. I'll follow you on Twitter. But that's about it.
Your wife has come to me twice, begging me and my brother to settle the lawsuit out of court, saying that if we fight it, it will cause damage to your career that will be beyond repair.
Andrea's right. She usually is. I ran as a law and order candidate. Sonny Corinthos and his merry band of mobsters have dealt a blow to that image. The fact that I cheated on my wife with my assistant, who ended up dead, would nail that into the ground. So yes, my career in politics would be over.
Tragic. Not as tragic as a young woman enthralled with a man in position and power going into an affair and meeting with a fatal accident. Especially if it wasn't an accident.
What do you mean?
Well, Mayor, I'm speaking to you as a doctor, also a man that's had plenty of shower sex. It was apparent to me right away that the head injury that Brianna sustained was much more serious than the story that you told us. The autopsy came back. Brianna suffered 2 head injuries in the exact same place.
2? How is that possible?
Well, I was wondering that myself, and then I asked, maybe Brianna was making demands that you didn't want to meet. Maybe she wanted to go public with the affair, and you wanted to take care of that, make it look like an accident.